trust anyone anymore.
Why are you eating a Caltine bar?
I'm starving.
Man, I hate those things. Coach Carr makes us eat those when we want to move up a weight class.
What?
They make you gain weight like crazy.
Mother...
I got hot sauce in my bag, swag.
A quick shout out to Drawboy. This is a fan art of Metal Duckles, and wow, I'm actually really impressed with this. You're a really talented person. Thank you so much for making this. You know, I love the art style of this, and Metal Duckles just looks like he's having a blast, and I love it. So I feel really honored that you would draw some fan art. So thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it. Anyway, hello there, beautiful human. My name is RidersDX, and welcome to my channel, where today we've got a pretty different video compared to what I usually do. So you all know me as being someone that makes a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog, SpongeBob SquarePants, and Crash Bandicoot content, but now that I've been uploading to this channel for like about a year now, I really want to start expanding into other kinds of games, and I really just want to broaden my scope and just bring in some more interesting topics onto this channel. And one thing that's been on the mind of a lot of people, I'm sure, is Super Mario Maker 2's online fiasco. So let me quickly summarize what the situation is, just in case you haven't heard, which would be very surprising, but you know, it is internet, so you never know. Super Mario Maker 2 is obviously a game that has a lot of hype behind it. A lot of people are really excited to get to play with all the new features that the game has in order to like create brand new stages and to share them with friends and all that, and just have a really fun time making their own creative takes on classic Mario gameplay. And yeah, everything I've seen about this game so far looks to be a great improvement from the original Mario Maker, and it really just seems like a great natural step for this franchise, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what people have coming out of their sleeves when this game comes around. However, there is one negative thing that's taking up a lot of attention, unfortunately, and that's the online mode of Super Mario Maker 2. And so there's a key feature in Super Mario Maker 2 that's apparently missing that people were expecting Super Mario Maker 2 to have, and that's the fact that you can't play online with your friends. And so the only way you can play online is with random strangers that you get ranked against, and when you play with these strangers you get ranked on a leaderboard. Now, I don't really know much else about Super Mario Maker 2. If I'm being honest, it's a game that doesn't really interest me too much. You know, it's just not the kind of game that I'm into. However, I do know that there's like a ranking system, and that's kind of like the reason that Nintendo has decided to make it so you can't play online with friends. So let me just dive into a little bit more detail of that. Basically, Nintendo said, from what I can remember, that if you were able to play with friends online, then that would mean you could somehow cheat to climb the leaderboards. And so they don't want to make it so you can play online with friends to maintain the integrity of the leaderboard, which is kind of a really minor reason to be doing that in my opinion. But I actually decided to go to my YouTube channel and to my social media platforms and ask you all what you think about this and what are some of your opinions. So I picked out a few interesting opinions I saw after asking the question, and this is what you all gave me. Because having friends play with you online is worse than the trolls you'll be randomly placed with. Great. Another game I'm no longer interested in because of tone-deaf developers. It's a shame that we can't play with our friends online. I'm really sad we can't play with our friends. My point is, just play the damn game and move on. There will always be a new game to have some new dumb issues. If we just play the games and then think of all the bad stuff every day, maybe we'll enjoy the games a lot more. We all know why this was done. Nintendo, hello, I like money. I think it's cool that they finally have multiplayer, but you can only play with people you don't know, which is bullcrap. Nintendo is making a big mistake considering the whole friends and family thing that they are known for. It is just stupid for Nintendo to not add multiplayer with friends. Multiplayer means to play with friends and family, not random people. It's just trash for Nintendo to do this. It's dumb, and knowing them, they'll probably keep it like that. It won't affect me because I don't have friends who live far away to play with them online, but it can suck for others who can't play with their friends at their house all the time. If it was just like Smash where you can just play with randoms or create a group, then it would be good, but unfortunately it's not. I don't care too much about online playing being random exclusive, never was a huge online guy, but it is pretty dumb decision on Nintendo's part, especially since you have to pay for online now. And so, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone that commented on my posts and shared their opinions with me. If I didn't include your opinion, then I'm really sorry about that, but keep an eye out on my community tab and also my social media platforms, because this is something I want to keep doing my videos. I think it's a really cool idea to kind of have you all take the spotlight a little bit in the video and kind of just hear about what your opinions are. So keep an eye out for that, because that's something I definitely want to do for more videos. But anyway, back on topic. And so overall, like, there's a few different opinions here and there about the online multiplayer. Some people are obviously very upset with it, other people don't really seem to care that much about it, and other people just seem to think it's not a big deal. And this is a very interesting thing. I'm just trying to think about like why this has become such a huge issue in terms of Nintendo, and I think we actually have to kind of take a look back at some Nintendo's history with online mode, and specifically Nintendo Switch's online. And so this is actually some history that I had to brush up on, because I didn't know that the Nintendo Switch Online had such a terrible reception when it first came out or was reviewed. So apparently when Nintendo Switch was first out, you didn't have to pay any money to play online, which was like the Nintendo Wii and Nintendo Wii U. So I actually was a little bit surprised when I got my Nintendo Switch. I had to pay money to play online. But I kind of figured it was going to get to that point eventually, because maintaining online servers is not an easy thing to do. It takes money, it takes effort, it takes workload. It's definitely not something that's free. And so I totally understand why Nintendo is charging for it, and to be honest, they are charging a lot cheaper compared to Microsoft and Sony. However, there's a lot of complaints with the online mode, and it cannot just be attributed to that being a cheaper price. And so these are some things I gathered with in terms of what people found to be problems with the online mode. First of all, there is a lack of content that comes with the online mode. And so one feature that was advertised pretty intensely when Nintendo Switch Online was first reviewed was the fact that you could play a bunch of NES games online, which I guess is like, okay, that's fine, you know. I guess this makes up somewhat for there not being a virtual console anymore. And some people were thinking, okay, this is what they're starting with, but hopefully they'll bring on more games in the future, like for the SNES or the Nintendo 64, even the Nintendo GameCube. That would be really cool. Or, you know, just like at least have the same size library as they had during the Nintendo Wii and the Nintendo Wii U with the virtual console. But as of now, the only games we can only play on Nintendo Switch Online are the NES games, and it doesn't really seem like they're going to be adding that many more games in the near time future. And obviously this is something that people are very upset about, because we had so much more to choose from when we had the Nintendo Wii and the Nintendo Wii U. So it kind of seems like Nintendo is regressing backwards in this case, and that is definitely not a good sign, especially when you were able to play like practically every big Nintendo game with the Nintendo Wii and the Nintendo Wii U, and now you can't even do that because they shut down the Wii Shop channel and the virtual console. And so there's really no way to play these games now, and it's kind of confusing why Nintendo hasn't jumped on the opportunity to sell these games again, because you're basically making money for selling the same game over and over again. So why not just do it? I mean, a lot of people would pay money to play games like Super Smash Bros. And Super Mario 64 on the go on the Nintendo Switch, but that's not something that seems to be happening anytime soon. That is a pretty disappointing thing. Another thing that people are upset about in terms of Nintendo Switch Online is cloud saves kind of being a thing you have to pay for, first of all, and also for it to not be available for every single game. And so this is not something that like I particularly care too much about, because I've never really thought about having to save my data in the cloud-based storage. I mean, I guess it would be nice if I one day for some reason my Nintendo Switch stopped working and the memory got corrupted, and that might be a good reason to like have the cloud storage. Or maybe you're traveling a lot and you want to play your files on other people's Nintendo Switches, then that might be another thing. But if I'm correct, this is something that Nintendo did offer before, but without a price. And so they're basically making the service that was free before cost money, and it's not applicable to every single game either. So that's another downgrade. Now, the one last thing that I thought was really crazy and just really interesting is the fact that if you want to do voice chat over online, you need to do it through an application that you download from like the App Store. And this just seems so like inefficient compared to like what Microsoft and Sony do. And so I'm just like, man, that's just so like just dumb. It's just really dumb that you need to like download a whole app and to set it up and everything and connect to your friends like in a convoluted manner just to be able to communicate while playing online. Like that just seems like might as well just call your friend on the phone. Like I feel like that would be easier. But I digress. Those are just a few things I picked up on from like doing a little research on like why people have been upset with Nintendo Switch Online, and Super Mario Maker's 2 situation just seems like another thing to add onto that list. And so here's the question I want to bring up, and I really want to hear your thoughts about this in the comment section below. Why do you all think Nintendo just doesn't seem to care about their online modes? Like I just feel like Nintendo is really just doing the bare minimum in terms of the online capabilities that they're offering, especially compared to Sony and Microsoft. Why do you think Nintendo just does not seem to be that invested in their online modes? Especially because that's really where gaming is headed towards. You know, local play is becoming less and less common in video games now. It's all about online modes now, and there's even some really popular online games out there that are just purely online. They don't have a single local component to their name, and so it just seems like where the future is going. And Nintendo, which is a company that's usually very good at innovating and staying up to date with the trends, they just can't seem to get online. They just can't seem to understand it, or they just don't seem to want to invest in it. And so I really want to hear your thoughts about that in the comment section below. I honestly, like, this is just a topic that I'm starting to get into. I don't know too much about the situation, and maybe just some like little pieces of evidence that might shed a little bit light on this. So I would really love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below, and we can have a really nice discussion about this. But other than that, that's pretty much everything for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. This is a little bit different than what I usually do, and so I hope that this was a nice video for you all to watch. And so yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe to my channel if you like videos like these, want to see more in the future, follow me on Twitter or Twitch, and join my Discord server, the Spongy Garden. Now this is Riders, riding out. A quick shout out to my special duckies, Reese Gaming and Sodden Rider. If you would like to become a ducky, then please check out either my YouTube membership or my Patreon in the description box below. Thank you.